Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, Jewelry Forever at jewelryforever.ca, and Beautified by Romina. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Episode 316 of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina.
Just me.
Here we are. Hi, everyone. I'm your host, the one, the only Scott Dion Brown, joined by the greatest co-host in all of the galaxy. I was trying to think of a different word, but
It's okay.
the one, the only.
Regine Alaina, happy Sunday, everyone. Can you believe it's the last Sunday of May?
It feels like time is just flying by.
It's strange. Well, happy Memorial Day to all of our American folks.
Hello. Happy Memorial Day. I didn't know that was
If you missed us last weekend, it's because it was Victoria Day weekend on our end, and
That's right.
we deserve a break from time to time, I think.
That's right. We were shooting off all the fireworks across the country.
You know, I forgot, because you know how some places like fireworks are banned? Sometimes I forget about fireworks, and then you just hear them sporadically out your window. I'm like, what the heck was that?
In my area, it's in fact, I didn't go out and watch fireworks. Did you watch anything? Or go
No,
out? Yeah, I did.
I just heard it, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
And it's like certainly at a certain time, as soon as it gets dark, you just hear like, I'm like, what is that? I'm like, oh yeah. And then I went outside, and although I can never see them from where my building is, it's like I look out the window and I can hear them, and I can never see them. Yeah. I'm like, oh, maybe I should go outside and look. Like maybe they're on the other side of the building or something. I never go outside though. One day I will. I don't actually know where they're coming from.
You just hear them.
I just hear them.
Yeah.
Hello, Thomas.
D10 Productions 2025.
Hello.
Hello.
It's been a little while. Welcome back, Thomas. Good to see you.
Hope you have your sit down mug.
Yeah. Hope you're sipping like a champion. Boom. There you go.
You know who's sipping like a champion sitting across from us?
Yeah, our guest. Shall we bring in our guest? Okay, you introduce her.
Grand introduction.
Well, our guest, I've known her for a few years, worked with her, coached her, friends with her, Taco Bell and Starbucks runs. She is all the way from Owen Sound, which
Owen Sound.
what I heard is a 3-hour drive from where we are in the city.
Wow.
So we got to make her time worth it, which is why I'm trying to get her on air as fast as possible. Let's welcome to the sit down for the very first time, Allison Chisholm.
Hello.
Hi. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you again for having me.
Thank you for.
Yes.
I'm glad we finally made this happen.
It's about time.
Because every time we
It's
see each
about
other,
time.
you're always like, yeah, if I'm ever like, I'm down to come on, just let me
Yeah.
know. And I'm like, are you sure? Because it's
It's a
quite the
drive,
trek.
but it's worth it.
Yeah. How was
worth
it?
it.
Was the traffic okay?
Traffic was okay. Super foggy. Like,
Oh.
can't see a foot in front of you foggy. Couple car accidents, so traffic slowed down pretty good. But otherwise, it was
Wow.
smooth.
It was a whole
Wait, what
adventure.
time did you leave this morning?
Well, I left my house at, I think, around 6 to drop my son off and go see my in-laws. And then after that, I was on the road.
So you've had a whole day. Day already.
And I'm driving home after this too. So
I feel like the traffic will be there on your way.
it's a Sunday, so hopefully not. But I'm also okay with being in the car for a couple hours.
Well, we appreciate you making the trip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for coming.
So
Yes.
tell everyone, because obviously I know you,
You do.
but Scott doesn't really know you. Nor do our viewers. So tell us about yourself.
So again, my name's Allison. I'm 25 years old from Owen Sound. I have 2 beautiful children, Evelyn and Denver. Denver is actually only 4 months old, so leaving him was a little tough today. Evelyn is going to be 6 in less than a week, which is crazy.
Ooh.
I have been competing in pageants for what year is it? It's 2025 for 4 years now, which is crazy. I did take a gap year with having Denver, but otherwise I've been involved behind the scenes with helping behind the scenes in pageants and running stages. I'm the founder of the Love and Literacy Project, which is my advocacy for youth literacy across Canada. And I love bird watching. It's a newfound favorite hobby because there's so many birds at my house.
Did you get one of those? I have a friend who's also
Feeders?
big into bird watching. Yeah. Do you have like, well, not feeders, but I think you can get like a scope. Do you have like one of those scopes?
I don't. I have like this bird bath that I set out at my house, and I just put all the seeds on it, and all the birds come to it. It's perfect.
Nice.
So I just sit in my bedroom window and stare out the window all day.
That's awesome.
It's a little absurd, but
Actually, a friend of mine has something like that. He got one that you can get this. He has like a little birdhouse that sits at the back of his backyard, but there's like a camera built into it.
they're so expensive.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I want one so bad, but they're so expensive.
Because I think they must be motion detected, I guess. Is
I
that
think so.
how they work? So the idea is that when a cool bird comes and like starts
can
eating,
see
you've got
it.
like a super close up view of like
Yeah.
it's right there and it records it.
There's
Yeah.
some people who I follow on TikTok, and this is how this whole thing started, was TikTok. They have like little GoPros that they set up around their place, and
yeah, okay.
it like takes clips of every bird that stops by, and they post them and tell them what they are and where they're from. And TikTok has inspired many, many pastimes and addictions for me.
And this is why
for everyone.
actually-
I
this
think
is
it's
why your
true.
screen time is so
And that's why
high.
my screen time is so high.
We were
Guilty.
just talking
Guilty.
about that. Okay, so we've had the privilege of having Elizabeth on the show, who is the National Director of Canadian National Miss, which
Yep.
you are actually
Yeah.
competing in almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Under 2 weeks. We've also had the reigning queens on here as well.
Love them. Love them.
How has your prep been? Because it's coming up.
It's been a little chaotic. I mean, I do have 2 kids at home, so it's been a little crazy. Finding the balance between pageantry and motherhood, and also just being a normal human being, has been a little tricky, but we're kind of finding our way. I have all my wardrobe as of, I think, 3 days ago,
Yep.
which is crazy to leave it so last minute. Don't tell my coach, who's sitting across the table. Don't tell her at all.
I won't say anything.
Thank you.
She sent me the video. It's okay.
And otherwise, I feel like I'm in a good headspace. I am just getting excited to be there and kind of revamp, reintroduce myself as Allison again in the pageantry world.
What has it been like? Because I guess the difference from, so you did Canadian National Miss last year.
Yeah.
What has been the difference? I know postpartum is probably the biggest one, but like
Huge.
besides that, we'll talk about that later. What have been some of the things that you've been doing differently to prepare this year?
I actually started a whole new advocacy this year too. So I am formally my movement was called the Commonality Movement, where I focused more on mental health. Whereas this time around, I've completely changed my trajectory to go on about youth literacy across Canada and helping children and their parents and their teachers kind of succeed in that learning path. And I think I've focused more on making an impact versus making an impact more than just like being the best of the best. I've put myself in the position where I know I'm doing everything I can and that I'm making the impact that I can. And that's going to take me farther than I've ever been before.
Cool. What prompted you to choose youth literacy as your advocacy?
Yeah. Not only having children that's a big one, and seeing my daughter, she's in senior kindergarten, learning alongside other grade ones in her class and other children in her younger grades, and just kind of seeing her progress and wanting to help her get farther. I'm also I love reading. I have way too many books. If you ask my partner, Josh, he'll tell you we have a library in our house. And if you ask my mom will say I have an addiction. But reading and writing has always been such a big part of my life and who I am as a human being. And literacy stems outside of that as well. It's speaking, it's singing, it's reading, it's writing, it's storytelling, and everything else in between. So it's just been all around who I am as a human, and I just wanted to push that out into the world and enhance that across the nation.
Love that.
Yeah,
That's good. It's a really good one to have. I mean, it's very important.
it is.
I think so too, especially because in the world of tablets
Yep.
and screen time, not just for adults, but specifically for the younger kids,
Absolutely.
I think paper books and actually spending time reading a book is very important.
Huge. The pandemic also played a huge impact on children's learning abilities. Between not being in a classroom and having limited resources at home, or some having no resources at home and completely missing a year and a half of school, it played a huge number on children's abilities to actually sit down and read and write and excel to their age range. And that's another thing I've kind of noticed. My daughter was born during the pandemic, and we had extremely limited resources then too. I couldn't imagine what those parents experienced with school-age children. So that's kind of another reason why I was like, let's push for a little more.
Yeah, I love it.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's really good. So the pageant is coming up. It's very close. You got the wardrobe ready.
Which is crazy.
Your shoes are ready?
My shoes are ready. I am not going to fall on stage this year because that happened last time.
Yep.
Let's find wood and knock on
I
it,
already
please.
did, don't worry.
Thank you.
So, yeah, well, that was going to be my first question. I guess that's kind of the answer. I was thinking, what are you approaching it differently this time? Are there things you're going to do? Is your headspace different, do you feel?
Extremely. I feel like I'm a completely different person kind of going into this time around. It's definitely a change of trajectory versus who I used to be before. Especially after having my son Denver, I just feel like I'm a whole new person, and I have a whole new approach and a whole new outlook. You know, this is about growth and womanhood and advocacy and everything else in between. It's not just get out there and be the best of the best and nothing but.
Do you think what also helps is the fact that you are on maternity leave, so you don't have the outside stress of work
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
all those things leading up to, because like one of the things, or one of the blockers, not a good word to use. Obstacles. Thank you. When
Words are hard
preparing for it is hard today. I just got my coffee. One of the obstacles of preparing for a pageant, especially when you are a working person, is you got work, you got house stuff, you got being a mom and a partner, and then you have pageant prep.
Yep.
And then it all trickles down to right before you leave the house to go into pageant world.
Yeah. What I do for work is very demanding in the summertime too. Once Victoria Day long weekend hits, we go, and we don't stop until October. Yep. And I love my job. I love my career field, but I am super grateful for the time I have on maternity leave. It's definitely been a lot easier to fit the practice in, fit the mindset work in, be able to get out to the gym and be out in my community and do those things that I need to do in order for the preparation. So Jason, if you're watching, I miss you guys, but I'm really enjoying my time off.
Let her enjoy it. I know we talked a little bit about postpartum, and I know something that you had talked loudly about was your journey with Evelyn. You've mentioned Denver a few times.
Yep.
He is super cute.
He is adorable.
How has it been for you this time around?
It's been a whirlwind of a difference. When a woman experiences postpartum depression, it never really goes away. And Evelyn is 6, so I had her in 2019. And I went through some of the darkest days after I had her. I was a single mom. I lived with my mom and my siblings. Thankfully, they helped me very much, but it still didn't prevent me from going to that dark place. And it took me a very, very, very long time, like almost 2.5 years, to pull myself out of that dark place where I had finally felt like myself again. I felt like a functioning mom and not just a robot mom, because that's what postpartum felt like for me. So with Denver, I have my partner, Josh, his parents. Unfortunately, my family no longer lives close to me because I moved away from home after the pandemic, which was a big jump. But I feel like I have a village and I have all of these people. For example, my in-laws right now have both my kids. And they've just been so supportive. My partner, Josh, and I, before we had Denver, actually sat down and printed off a list of all the signs of postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, postpartum rage, and everything else in between that comes with the negative side of postpartum, and put it on our fridge.
What is it? If you don't mind the viewers knowing.
Yeah. There's so many different ways that it could go. It could go from, not showering and not cleaning yourself up, or kind of going into a zombie-like mode was the big. With Evelyn, I would wake up, I would feed her, I'd put her down for a nap, I'd go back to bed. I'd wake up, I'd feed her, I'd sit on the couch and stare off into space for 4.5 hours. Then she'd wake up, I'd feed her. And it's the same repetitive process over and over and over again, throwing in bouts of tears and anger and loneliness and just pushing myself away from everybody who wanted to help me. And sitting down with Josh and pointing these out, because Josh was a first-time dad with Denver, and kind of really just teaching him about these topics really helped pull me out of that. Like, there was one day where I got really upset about something, and Josh grabbed me by my shoulders. He's like, "It's fine. Go lay down. Go have a nap.
Yeah.
I've got the kids. Take some you time. Walk away." And that, I can't thank him enough, because I wouldn't be sitting on this couch. I wouldn't be functioning. I wouldn't be who I am right now without that support.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's great. Yeah, I've never really known much about, I mean, I guess why would I, but about postpartum depression.
But that's the thing, though, is it's not spoken about very often. It's the gray area of motherhood that nobody talks about, especially when it comes to, it's a little bit more popular now, and it's a little bit more spoken about through social media and whatnot, but there aren't very many resources for women who have experienced that, and it's not taught about. Say, like,
very taboo.
Yeah, when you go to your doctor's appointment, they ask you, like, "Oh, are you feeling okay?" And you feel, "Yeah, I'm feeling okay today, but tomorrow I'm not." And that's kind of like the area that nobody speaks about. There's not a lot of education, and that's why a lot of women, especially first-time moms and those who have experienced postpartum before, fall kind of back into that vicious cycle.
I think that what you said is true. Like, we don't hear about it often. I think the only time I've ever actually learned experiences about postpartum is through coaching girls who are moms and who have gone through it, and maybe that is their platform. And to me, it's more eye-opening, because I'm like, I've seen my mom go through 2 births with my 2 younger brothers, but I've never seen her go through or talk about postpartum or what it can do. And I think it's incredible that now the people are using their voice and they are sharing their stories.
Absolutely. And there's a whole generation of people who still think that this isn't real, and that it's not something that deserves to be spoken about. For example, my mom had 5 kids, and she had them starting at the age of 18 all the way up until she had her 5th. And she experienced it with every single one of us. My sister just said, hi, Anna. And she experienced it with every single one of us. And she didn't have any resources. And she's still, her youngest is 19. He's 19 this year. And she's still navigating through those feelings, because that's how much of an effect that they have. And that's how much, my mom is a powerhouse for dealing with all 5 of us. She is a superwoman.
Yeah.
But the terms, like there's no set term for postpartum depression. It is a lifelong thing, and it sticks with you for a very, very long time.
It must. But it also affects men, too.
It does. Absolutely. Paternal depression is a very real thing as well.
Oh, I never even heard of that one.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like
You're
in
not
pregnancy.
paternal, that's why.
In pregnancy, you hear dads get like sympathy symptoms. It's kind of the same thing.
I see.
Yeah.
Is it one of those things where, like, if the woman has postpartum, the man also, or the partner also has postpartum, or is it?
It depends on the person. It really depends on the person. Like, if they have a strong enough will to kind of help their partner through that and not also take on some of those feelings, because everybody knows when you're helping somebody through something, you can be incredibly sympathetic and empathetic and take on those feelings. And that's where some dads, especially dads, don't have the education on how to handle it. That's where some of them take in those feelings. Yeah.
Oh, see, we're learning something new today.
Yeah, it's sad what you said about how it's something that some people don't believe is real. There is something that I've been becoming increasingly aware of, is like, there's a lot of things involving women's healthcare that are like not like that gets overlooked
Like
a lot.
Like menopause, like endometriosis. There's so many, there's so many pieces of women's health, mental health, physical health, emotional health, spiritual health that just get completely bypassed. And it is something that I will speak loudly and proudly about until the day I go, until the day I reach my spirit. That's who I am. This is my story, and this, it deserves to be spoken about and shouted from the rooftops.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the specifics of this one. I remember hearing something like there's certain medications, for example, that were like the effects of it and side effects. It was like tested on men, and then there was just the assumption that
it would be the same for women.
and it's like almost never is.
Yep.
And so you've got women who are taking these things, and then they're experiencing certain effects, and they're it's almost like they're ignored. It's like, no, we did the tests. That's not one of the side effects. And it's like, okay. And then they find out that they only did the test on men, which is weird. So.
Oh, there's my other sister. Hi, Julie.
She said yes in all caps.
Yeah. So, in fact, I think that was his case. I don't want to. Something about the COVID vaccines. There was something about that.
Let's not open that.
That's why I'm wondering if I want to talk about it. But if I recall, for example, like a lot of women were talking about like having weird effects on their periods and and it was just something that like for the longest time, no, that's not a thing. That's not it. But I think it's now looking like, it did do something.
Was a thing, yeah.
So there you go.
Medication, birth control, vaccines, like for example, like the COVID vaccine, there's so much gray area with women in those, and which is crazy because birth control is made for women.
Yeah.
But same thing goes with medicine in the summertime. There are some antidepressants and anti-inflammatories and so many other medications that are not safe in the heat. And Ontario, it's not Florida, but you get 30-degree plus humidity, and it's a little much, and it can be a little unsafe as well. But talk to your doctors, people.
You're women doctors. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I take that back.
Well, I mean, I do think that more
next.
Yeah, but I do think more awareness of like specifically women's healthcare should be addressed.
Absolutely,
it's a big problem.
Absolutely.
But I guess it's getting better. I mean, again,
hopefully.
I think the fact that people are
progressing.
talking about it, it's starting to become more aware.
Exactly.
So
it only took us 316 episodes to talk about postpartum. I think it's also one of those things where it's like you need to have the right person.
Of
Absolutely.
Course, yeah.
Personal experience in postpartum and those kind of realms of life is so important. You kind of take it in a little more when you have somebody who's sitting in a chair talking about their actual experience.
Yeah.
So thank you for giving me the platform to talk about it.
No, of course. Thank you for sharing it. I know it was something that you've spoken about freely and openly before. And we haven't done that on the show before. So I was like, let's talk about it, Allie. Let's do it. It was just Mother's Day. Why not?
There you go.
Yeah.
We're breaking new ground.
We should have had you on for Mother's Day, but you were busy for Mother's Day.
I was so busy doing absolutely nothing.
I love that.
I got breakfast in bed. I got flowers.
Wow.
I got cards. It was a really good day. I also got new patio furniture too. Thank you, Josh.
Love it.
Fantastic.
And I guess Evelyn's now in a point of her life where she wants to do all these gifts and be a part of everything.
Crafts all day long.
And she's turning 6?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Crazy. Happy early birthday.
It's so crazy.
Oh my gosh, wait, her birthday is right before the pageant.
Yeah. Her birthday's the Thursday before the pageant.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
How are you doing with all that?
We've delayed her birthday party till the end of June.
Oh.
Because we have so much happening in June. The first weekend of June we have the pageant, second weekend we have a wedding, and then third weekend is her birthday. Oh. And then the weekend after that we have another thing, and then another thing, and then another thing. There's just so much happening this summer.
Just a busy summer.
I feel that. It's not even just a busy summer. I feel like this year's just been, like the last few months have just been busy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like every weekend there's something in my calendar. I'm like, why did I do this to myself?
I just want to doom scroll on TikTok. What are we doing here?
Yeah. Let's just do it.
The rest of the show will be scrolling.
Yeah.
Did you guys see this one?
Actually, speaking of doom scrolling, although not exactly, it is something I saw while doom scrolling. And I saw it and I took a screenshot of it because I thought this would be a good talking thing for the show.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So
hit me.
In this segment of What Did Scott Find on the Internet?
All right, so here's what it is. Okay, I just want to get your guys' opinion because I'm not actually sure now. Okay. And I want the chat too. You guys can weigh in. So this is just somebody's comment on Threads, actually.
Threads? Who uses Threads?
I don't. But you know when you're in Instagram,
that right there.
When you're in Instagram and it pops up.
Yes, that's literally the only time I see Threads.
But why do you have the app on your phone?
because I don't know. I said it.
Doom scrolling. That's why.
Doom scrolling.
Because he also uses X, so I
Yeah,
mean,
true. Although I barely use either. But this, okay.
it's caught his attention.
I'm ready.
Okay.
So this person asks a question, okay?
Oh God.
If we have a meeting at noon
Okay.
and I ask if we can move it forward 2 hours, what time are we meeting?
Moving it. The meeting's at
We're
noon,
at
and you're
10.
moving it forward 2 hours.
10 a.m.
10.
So moving it forward 2 hours.
I think forward means earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's my schedule. Forward means earlier.
Not 2 hours later.
If you're pushing it 2 hours,
That's 2
2 o'clock.
Forward is moving it closer to you, so that's 10 a.m.
Move it forward.
We also work in the same industry.
Yes, we do.
So,
Hey, can I move? Hey, I'm busy at noon. Can we move it forward?
big. That
Well, I
means
guess
can
you're
you make it
missing the
earlier?
meeting.
I think I actually agree with what you guys are saying.
Did you not agree with us?
No, it's just.
For a second, he
Here's
didn't.
the issue.
He didn't. He's like,
did it.
Here's the issue.
He's like, you're wrong.
We justified
When we, on daylight savings time,
Yeah.
when we say we're moving the clocks forward,
Well, clocks and calendars are two different things.
it. Yeah.
yes.
It's always going to be forward.
See, the way I think about it is like oh no, that doesn't work either.
Okay, well, anyways, in the
Hold
chat.
on.
So I mean, see, initially I was like, yes, I agree. But now I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
I'm
see,
just
my
saying
sister,
Julie
so you even
says
say it.
forward is earlier. It's 10 a.m. Anna says 10 a.m.
Anna works in the same industry we do. Julie works in sales.
So there you go. We're all
What did they
right.
say? I want to know what they said.
I want to know what Scott
All right.
thinks.
So one person's comment. In fact, I only have a screenshot. So I only have 2 comments here.
Okay,
but
2
one of
is
them,
enough.
move it forward 2 p.m.
No.
Bring it forward 2 hours. So move it forward 2 hours, 2 p.m. Bring it
No,
forward 2
that's-
hours, 10 a.m.
That doesn't make sense.
Holy English wordplay.
But again, if I say we're going to move the clocks forward, that's not bringing it closer to us. That's making it later.
But we're not talking about the clocks. We're talking about the meeting, the actual time of the meeting. You're moving it forward, so you're moving it earlier.
We're moving it forward, unless we're moving it forward in time.
But that's not what he said.
Well, the only word is if we have a meeting at noon
Regine
and
is
I ask,
dedicated to this.
hey, I'm busy at noon. Can you move it forward?
Yeah, move it earlier.
Yeah, 10 a.m.
So if I said, I'm really busy, can we move it back? That's later.
2 p.m.
Right?
Yeah. Can we? Yeah.
Duh.
Can we move it forward? Can we bring it back? So if I wanted to,
Why
we
are
move
you
it
stuck
back?
on this?
because there's something that feels.
we need an actual clock. Okay, you see the clock behind you, Scott. Turn your head.
Yes.
Okay, so if you were to move it forward,
I would go later.
No, you're moving it forward towards you.
Yeah, but we were talking about with clocks. If you ask me to move the time forward,
You're still moving it from 12 to 10. You're moving it forward.
yeah, but no. But that's what I'm saying. If you ask me to move the clock forward, I would go later.
I'm still saying it's 10 a.m.
So if I said, "Hey, can you adjust the clock forward?"
That's
no.
different,
Or if I said, "Can you bring it back an hour? Can you move the clock back an hour?" Which way does it go?
The clock is a different story. But if you're moving the meeting forward 2 hours, it's still 10 a.m.
Guys, witnessing this debate in person is
Yeah.
wonderful.
Because he's
I
stuck
love
in his
this.
ways.
Well, no, I think I agree with you guys. I think I agree. Like if someone says, "Can we move
I don't
it
think
forward?
you agree with us, Scott. I
If we have a
think
meeting
you're
at noon.
agreeing with yourself.
Can you move it forward 2 hours?" Sure. Can you ask me right now? Just say, "Hey, can we move our meeting forward 2 hours?" Just say it to me.
Scott, can we move the sit down 2 hours forward?
10 a.m.
Yeah,
Well,
but the thing is,
technically, it would
thing is
be
the
9
way-
a.m.
9 a.m.
the thing is the way you just said it. Can we move the sit down forward 2 hours?
9.
Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, because the sit down starts at 11. You want to move it forward 2 hours. That could be 1 p.m.
Regina's like,
We're
no,
going
no,
forward in time.
No, I'll be like, Scott, can we start the show later an hour?
Yeah, that's clearer.
Can we move it
'Cause
back
later.
an hour?
Yeah, I feel like if that person wanted to be later, they would have said it that
Back.
way. Can we push it to later?
Or push it
Later.
back?
Yeah.
But push it back is just as confusing as
Oh my
push it
God.
forward.
He's trying to...
How about we just cancel this meeting altogether and not do it?
If you can't
This
make
meeting
the
could have been
meeting,
an email.
no. If they can't make the 12 o'clock time, then they're not making the meeting. And
Sounds
that's on
like a them
them.
problem.
Exactly.
Push it back. You know what?
Why do
You
we
know,
have to push our meeting and move it forward or backwards for one person when the rest of the team can make it?
we're meeting at 11, John.
Right.
Be there.
If you're
Be
not
there
there, we'll
or
record
bye.
it.
You know what I'm thinking, though? What I'm realizing is that, so when I first read the question, move it forward, right? I immediately, sorry, hit your
Okay.
your knee. I immediately agreed with what you guys just said, right? But the more we talk about it, the less sure I'm becoming. Like when you just said, let's push it back. Let's push it back or move it back, because those almost sound different. Push implies I'm pushing it away from me.
But you're also moving it back. What's the difference between moving it back and pushing it back?
Because okay.
So moving.
Well, like if I said to you, move.
What the heck?
Because if I said to you,
I love
move
this
this
debate.
mug, right?
Okay.
If I said move the mug, that could be this. That could be this. But if I said push the mug, that's very clear.
But you're not saying move the time with not saying what direction the time is going or the meeting is going.
We have a comment. Julie Thomas says Noah thinks it should be at 2.
Noah's my brother-in-law. Nothing he says counts. I'm just kidding, Noah. No,
No.
that's wrong, Noah.
But the thing is, the more I'm thinking about it, the more confusing it is.
But then stop thinking about it.
Hey, I'm really busy. Can we push this back?
I guess it depends on the person you're talking to. If you work with them, I think you know what they mean. If my boss said, let's push this back, he means earlier.
He
Push it
does?
back?
Push it back means earlier.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
That
We work
doesn't
in
make sense.
hospitality. It's weird.
You
We're
say
a bunch
push
of
it back.
weirdos in
I feel
this
like
industry.
if it's you push it back, you push it an hour back. Like if you move it forward, you're pushing it forward. I think Allison just
What
confused
you know what I'm realizing?
You just confused me because
Yeah.
what you just said is opposite of
Yeah.
what you said your opinion was earlier.
No, I said if it was you're moving it forward, you're bringing the time back.
Well, maybe that's what I meant.
Because you said if he says push it back,
I don't know.
Let's
Let's get Jason on the show.
Everything you're saying, I can't even understand it.
Okay, next.
No, but like, you know
How
what?
are you not understanding?
No, because you know what I'm real. Because you went, if we move it forward, we're pushing the time back, and I'm like,
No,
wait.
I said if we are moving the time forward, we are moving the time ahead of time. So if it's 12 p.m., we're moving it ahead. As we said in the beginning, it's
Yeah.
10 a.m.
Yes.
Allison just said if you were to push it back, you're moving it forward.
Okay, no. If you're pushing it back, you're moving it later. If you're
That's what I
whatever you
observed.
just said, that is what
You
Regine
confused
said.
everyone.
What I'm realizing.
I'll blame
from
it on
this-
Scott. Scott's confusing me.
Yes, this is not as simple as we thought. But what I'm realizing is I actually
It's
think.
as simple as it is.
But what I'm realizing
You're just
is
confusing everyone.
I think the word forward and backward are not as important as the word push or move.
Yeah.
Because for me, I think if someone says, can we push the meeting back? Okay. Push the meeting back. That for me is unambiguous that we're moving it further
If
away.
they said move it back, it's still the same thing as pushing it back.
But I'm not sure because even as I said, push it back. In my mind, push it back means
can
later.
we just be clear on something? Scott doesn't work in an office setting.
Yeah, but I
Just
still have to.
saying.
I still schedule things with people
Yeah,
and
but
have
people will be
meetings.
like, can we just move it to 2 o'clock? They're not going to be like, can we move it back an hour?
Yeah, usually not the
Exactly.
case.
So, okay.
But wait, is there a difference
difference
for you? Is there a difference between move it back an hour and push it back an hour?
No, it's the exact same thing.
Move it back.
Yeah.
Push
same
it
thing.
back.
If you're going to move something back,
Scott's going to be pondering this for like the next 6 weeks.
he is.
It's going
wait.
to come up on every show.
He's going to talk about
wait.
it at CNN.
Okay, wait,
Yeah.
hang on. Let me ask this question. Okay. The Earth is going to explode.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
Wow, this is where we're going.
The Earth is going to explode.
Very dark.
You
what
will.
the hell is this thread turning
All right.
into?
There is one ship left
Okay.
with you where you can get on to leave. Okay.
What does this have to do with the 12
God.
p.m.
And
meeting?
it was going to take off at noon.
Okay.
Okay. And they say to you, we had to push the launch back an hour.
Okay.
However, if you go at the wrong time, you can't just be early, just be safe. You have to show up at the correct time, or else you will miss the flight, or they'll
Okay.
they'll
We get it. You're trying to threaten us.
they'll kick you or something. Okay.
Okay.
So life and death, we had to move it. We had to move the launch
He doesn't
forward.
even remember what he just
Okay,
said.
I know. We had to move the launch forward an hour. What time are you showing up?
First and foremost, you said move it back earlier, and now you're moving it forward. Pick one, Scott.
Okay, we'll say move,
I'm like,
move it
you gotta
forward.
pick
Move
one.
it forward, you're showing up an hour earlier.
Yeah, if you're pushing it back, you're moving an hour late.
I'm very sorry. We had to move the launch. We had to move the launch forward an hour,
So you're moving it an hour ahead.
Yeah, you're moving it an hour ahead.
and an hour and ahead means
Whatever. If it was at 12, it's 11.
Yeah.
an
Why
hour
are you
ahead.
so confused? You even
Why then on
confused
daylight
yourself.
savings, when we move the clock an hour ahead, we're making it later?
Because we all agreed daylight savings sucks anyway.
I mean, I agree with that.
Why are we
Agreed.
still talking about it?
Agreed.
I think I agree with you guys.
I don't think you do. You have been trying to convince yourself that you agree with us, but the whole internet Allison's whole family knows that you are just as confused.
Except for Noah.
No one knows.
Noah's
what's going
on your side. It's girls versus boys. You see
It's
that?
a manly
See?
thing.
That's the
That's what it
difference.
is.
That's why.
We try not to gender bias on the show,
Move
but
it
today
forward.
we are. He's stuck on this.
All I know
I
is
bet
that
you this is sparking a huge debate at my mom's house too, because they all live together. So they're probably walking around their house right now asking
know,
every
Noah,
person
you're
who lives
wrong.
there.
Evelyn's like, no, it's forward.
Yeah.
hey guys, I moved the meeting forward, so I showed up at 11, but we moved the clocks forward, so I showed up at 12.
Good for you.
That's a little
Sucks
chaotic.
for you.
It's madness.
Why are you moving your clock forward when it's not daylight savings? That's on you.
Move the clocks forward to a later time. Move the meeting forward to an earlier time. I think that's what's messing me up.
Yeah.
I think, Scott, you are just messed up.
That's definitely true. That's definitely true. Push
Okay,
it back.
Anyways, C&M is
C&M is in like a week and a bit.
But they had to move
under
it.
2 weeks.
They didn't have to move it forward.
We
No,
moved
don't
it-
say that.
C&M was moved 2 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There was a
true that.
gap year there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was moved forward in time.
It was actually pushed back, but okay, whatever.
One of the other one is like
Oh, no, here we
bi-weekly.
go. Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks on the same weekday. I had this debate with an employer
weeks.
once
Oh,
because
wait.
they thought
Oh, wait.
twice a month meant bi-weekly.
That's different.
Yes, that's right.
But that's bi-monthly.
But I've heard no. But again, it's the same thing. I thought, in fact, bi-monthly was the one I was thinking about. I thought bi-monthly, it could mean both. It could mean either every 2 months or twice a month.
It means twice a month.
Yeah.
Apparently, it means both, depending who you
That's
ask.
so weird.
Again, we're both in the same industry, so I think that's why you and
See,
I
the way
are
I
like-
look at it, bi-weekly is every 2 weeks on the same weekday. So on the same Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
It's
Sunday.
like if the sit down was bi-weekly,
Yeah.
it'd be every other Sunday at 11 a.m.
Yeah. And then bi-monthly is twice a month on
Whenever.
the same days of the month. From an employment standard anyways.
Bi-weekly.
Because I had a huge debate with somebody about this once. I did all my research, but I've never heard
This is
of
a really sensitive one, so let's
I've never heard of bi-monthly being once every 2 months. That's weird.
I remember hearing one of them means both.
that.
Bi-weekly.
I guess it depends on what context you're
I've
talking
never
about, right?
heard bi-monthly being every 2 months.
Bi-monthly, bi-weekly. I can't remember now which one I saw, but I saw somewhere
He's
that like
confused again.
it has double meanings. It's used differently in different ways. I'm trying to
Weird.
think of specific examples, but I don't have any right now.
Moving the time back and pushing.
I'm going to hear that in my head for like the
Your
next
family
6
has
weeks.
stopped commenting, so I think
Moving
they
it
are.
forward.
There's a
debating.
huge debate
Yeah.
happening at my mom's.
I love it.
Move the meeting forward. Yeah, just move it.
Here we go
move
again.
it forward. Do you think that push and move affects the meeting?
No, what affects the meeting is the direction that you're moving or pushing it.
Forward or backwards?
Exactly.
Can we push the meeting forward?
Earlier.
Now, push the meeting forward feels weird to say, right?
That's my mom.
They
Yes,
are still debating. Because here's the thing: push implies away from me.
We're not going to say let's pull the meeting forward.
Can we pull the meeting back? Nobody says that, right? That's not a thing
But
people say.
we don't
No.
say push or pull. We'll just say, can we please move the meeting forward or move it back?
But I'm saying push and move are not the
Again,
same.
this is a man that does not work in corporate.
But push and move are not the same,
There's
right?
my sister again.
Connor says 2 p.m.
He's wrong.
So we got Connor and Noah.
Yeah.
That's the partners of each of the sisters. So yes, they're wrong.
Ooh,
Boys stick together. Boys stick together
we're gonna get canceled. Don't say that.
for the boys.
Anyway,
What I like is that at the very least they can see the conundrum.
do they? What fields do they work in?
Noah is in a factory, I believe, and Connor.
See, in a factory setting, it's like life and death. You got to know when things are. Yeah.
I'm not too sure what Connor does. I think he does some different contracting jobs, but
Whatever it is,
I have
highly
no idea.
important, I'm sure.
But my sister Anna, she works in hotels, just like
So
me.
she gets it.
And then Julie is in technology sales.
See, those are not fields that require time at all. See?
Definitely not at all. Hotels? No.
No. Can we please move our check-in? Okay, wait.
Wait for
See,
Scott.
that's what I was going to use as an example, but that is like checking in and checking out, two different things.
And usually with checking in, like for example, like you don't request to move your check-in time for. It's usually, can I get a late checkout? Can I
Yeah.
get a late? So that's not. There's no ambiguity there.
No.
Right? Because late and early.
It's almost always,
Doesn't
can I have a
change.
late checkout? Always.
Yeah.
That
Always,
is me
always,
at every
always.
hotel. Can I get a late checkout? CNM, can I get a late checkout?
The worst is on like hockey tournament weekends. Can I get a late checkout? And then you say yes to one person, then the whole team wants a late checkout.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Oh my god, hockey tournaments and hotels smell so bad.
You have no idea. Wait until you go to a hotel with a pool and you got a whole hockey team in the pool. And then
The
you watch them
hallways.
test the pool after.
Oh no!
I've had to test hotel pools.
Gross.
That's part of my job. Yeah,
no.
it's not pretty.
No,
Not at all.
I used to go to hockey tournaments with my team.
Did you jump in the pool?
Of course, yeah, we all jumped in the pool.
Oh,
I've had some pretty crazy hockey team experiences in my time at my job. I'm a front desk manager at the hotel I work at, so I hear and see everything.
and smell everything.
Yes.
My team was always
absolutely.
very, very well behaved.
Yes.
We are super fortunate that we do work with a lot of OHL teams because the OHL arena in Owen Sound's right across the road from
Oh,
our hotel,
nice.
and they've all been fantastic, lovely people, and we never really have any issues with them. So it's nice when
good.
they come on like a weekend where there's like a kids hockey tournament and they have all the rooms already. It's like, yeah. But the kids hockey tournaments, they get a little wild.
They do,
Yeah.
and they just
They
like
get a
run
little
around the
wild.
whole hotel.
Because it's exciting. I remember when we were little and we would go to the tournaments.
I
Like,
thought you
wow,
guys were well behaved.
yeah, but it's still exciting. I remember we would go to like the conference room and we're all playing mini sticks.
Oh, but they're so
We-
well
Mini
behaved.
sticks.
We don't let kids in our conference rooms at our hotel.
It's probably because
Unless
of
they
us.
book it. They have to book it and get food as well. So
Yeah, I don't remember.
Minimum spend.
That's a
Yeah.
good point. I mean, again, I just remember maybe we got one of the parents must have got us the conference room or something.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, we were in the conference room. We all had our little sticks and the foam ball, and we were like
Little
all on
mini
our knees.
sticks.
Yeah, playing mini sticks.
I
It's so
can't
cool.
say much. Like my daughter's in sports too, and I know what those parents are like when we when we travel with them, and it's a little chaotic.
They're watching
It's-
this.
I can imagine that.
It's a little chaotic. My partner was a hockey kid growing up too, and I've heard stories from him and his parents as well. So I
I just
can't
feel
say
like it's
much.
so scary to play hockey. Any sport. I know. I didn't grow up playing.
You mean like safety, like danger
Yeah,
wise?
'cause,
I mean,
like,
there are
imagine
dangers.
all the concussions and like
Hockey's
sprains.
wild.
Yeah.
You just strap some blades to your feet, go hit the ice, and hit each other and hit a tiny
Like
puck.
just watching
and pray to
like,
God
the
you don't get hit.
playoffs, I was like, whew.
Yeah, I remember. I remember saw a kid get a concussion once in my on my team. He
All
like
my
went
brother-in-laws have
head
had
first
it.
into the boards. Head first boards.
Something like that happened. We went to an Owen Sound Attack game. Shout out Attack, go Bears. And there were, I can't remember who they were playing, but there was an incident where somebody tripped on the ice. Like nobody had hit him.
Yep.
He had tripped on the ice and he went head first into the boards and he didn't move. It's terrifying to watch in person. And my partner still plays hockey all the time. And we want our kids to play hockey. And it's like, there's a lot of dangers that come with it,
I can't.
but it's such a fun sport.
It's the best sport.
I love watching. I grew up watching hockey. Go
too.
Leafs.
Yeah.
Don't judge me. Go Leafs.
I don't
We
judge.
don't
Go
judge at
Leafs.
this house.
I love the Leafs.
But like, yeah, it's intense. Yeah, go.
It
Leafs,
is.
Go.
It's I mean, what it is like you said, the knives on our feet,
Yeah.
and then the high rate of speed, and like hard surfaces
Aggression.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, that too, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, for example, you know, we don't fall on grass.
No.
We're not, you know, we're falling into hard surfaces everywhere, and we're also hitting each other.
I look at like NHL replays. It doesn't happen as often now as it used to, but when people get checked into the glass and the glass just shatters.
Oh, yeah.
Wild.
So cool.
Wild.
So cool. That never happened in my teams.
How old were
I've
you
only
when you
ever seen it in the NHL.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't think we were hitting each other as hard enough. Because I stopped playing in high school. I went, a guy hit me, I had the puck, and a guy kneed me right into my thigh, and I flipped right over, and I ended up getting I don't remember what it was called, but it was like, it might have been called maybe a hematoma. It was something that was like, I literally had to go to physio to like make otherwise my leg wouldn't bend. Like I had, it was staying like straight. I was walking with a cane for like months, and that kind of ended my hockey career.
That's the thing though, is one injury can change it all.
Yeah.
Like can end your whole career, and it's crazy. That's why I look at like these NHL players, and I'm like, every time my favorite players get hurt. Like there was one playoff series where John Tavares got checked to the head.
Yeah.
And he like stood up on his knees, and then he keeled over backwards. I was standing on my couch in tears watching this happen. I was like, he's never going to play again. It's the end of the world. It was not the end of the world. He's still playing, and he's quite healthy, and he's pretty good.
It is scary though.
He's good, but it's terrifying.
Well, I mean,
to watch.
it was a headshot to our goalie in the playoffs, ended his playoff run.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah, too sensitive. Too soon.
Too soon.
So sad. I really think we were the better team.
They just played with too much aggression.
That's Florida, though.
Yeah.
That's Florida. And when you get to a team that has home ice advantage that you know excels at home ice, I don't know if you guys have ever been to a Leafs game. The atmosphere is insane. I went to my first one in April, I believe it was.
Oh.
February? I don't know, one of those days. And it was so much fun.
It's a good environment.
It was so exciting. And just the vibe. Like when you have a team that excels with that vibe, you got to be aggressive.
Well, they didn't at the end of the season.
No, they did
just
not.
Saying.
The silence was loud.
It was.
The silence was loud.
The empty seats as you just like, as the game progressed and the seats just got emptier, I'm like, ooh.
It was a little sad. A little sad.
Yeah, I really didn't expect that final game. Like, I mean, they had that one really bad game, and it was at home, which was sad.
Yeah.
But then, you know, they went back to Florida. They got the win. I was like, okay, we got it back.
We got it.
And
no, we didn't.
I don't know. They just couldn't find it.
I was yelling at my TV like I was their coach. I wonder if they could hear me because I was pretty loud.
From Owen Sound to Toronto.
They did.
They did. I hope
We
they
heard
did.
you.
I hope you did.
Yeah.
We heard you.
We should do the ad break, I guess.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh wow, yeah, definitely. We are way past the halfway mark.
We've been deep into it today.
Yeah, our big.
But luckily
push and
we were
pull.
able to move the ad break forward a little bit in the show. We were able to push it back.
Push it back.
Push it forward. Push it
Push
back.
it back.
Push it back.
Push it forward. Anyway, today's episode of The Sit Down is brought to you by the following fantastic advertisers. They make this show possible. So let's meet them, shall we? The Toronto real estate market is growing and changing every day. In these challenging times, you need someone in your corner. Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, is committed to looking out for you. She'll go the extra mile to ensure you have all the information you need to make a decision you can feel confident about. Purchasing a home is one of the biggest financial investments you'll make in life. Don't leave it to chance. Call Jeanette McKenzie at Forest Hill Signature. She's my realtor. That's right. She's helping me right now, actually, because making some big moves, people. But she's my realtor, and she could be yours. Call today at 416-523-0408 or email at jmckenziehomes@gmail.com. Jewelry forever. Conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East, Markham. They do custom-made jewelry repairs, and they change watch batteries, all done on site. Jerry at Jewelry Forever, an incredible artist.
Yep.
Do you have a vision for something custom you'd like made? Do you need something repaired? He is the man to do it. Do you need your jewelry cleaned, maybe? That could be a thing. He could do it for you. And we have a great deal worked out with him, don't we, Regine?
Yes, we do. If you go in and let them know Scott and Regine sent you, you'll get 15% off your entire purchase.
That's right, 15% off, 15%. mention the show. Get yourself something special for the special person in your life.
Father's Day is just around the corner.
That's right. It's coming up quick. So get over there and get some cufflinks, watches. Hey, you know what?
Necklaces, chains.
Maybe something custom. Who knows? Find out more at jewelryforever.ca. Also follow them on Instagram and TikTok. You get a lot of cool behind-the-scenes jewelry making, jewelry fixing videos. Boom.
They're really fun to look at.
Beautified by Romina.
Internationally trained hair and makeup artist. She is the official hair and makeup artist of the Sit Down. Not only does she do our hair and makeup when we attend or host live events, but she also does hair and makeup for those who compete in pageants and weddings, engagements, headshots, whether they be corporate, glam, or just for funsies.
She does it all.
She does. You can reach out to her on Instagram or Facebook at Beautified by Romina.
And if you would like to advertise on the show, it's very easy, right, Regine?
It's simple. All you have to do is email us at radioshowad. That's radioshowad@gmail.com.
That's right. We do this show live every week, people.
We do.
And we also do the ads live week to week. What does that mean? It means you can personalize them week to week. Do you have an event, a sale, something happening at a particular time, a particular place? You let us know. We let your potential client base know in real time. It's a great way to build a brand new relationship with a brand new audience. So get in touch. radioshowad@gmail.com.
That was phenomenal.
It felt
felt so surreal.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Alice.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, we are here sitting down with Canadian National Miss Owen Sound, Allison Chisholm.
me.
We've been debating, we've been talking, we've been educated.
And debating again.
We've been educated.
We've been going deep into the world of
Everything, really.
yeah. Daylight savings time. You don't like it either?
No.
Who does?
I have children.
True.
You think that plays a huge effect on adults. Kids' schedules. Kids thrive on schedules, especially my kids. And when you have that, it throws it all off.
I thought we were going to get rid of that. What happened?
They've talked about it. It probably will still happen.
But who is going to be the first person to say, we're done with this?
Me.
Me
immediately.
Who in politics is going to be like,
Get on it, Carney.
you tell them.
Get on it. I mean, I think
Please.
he's probably got a few other things that are distracting him a little bit.
I feel like if someone was running for like prime minister or something and they said they were
said
going
that,
to change
everybody's
everyone
voting.
got my vote.
Straight to the top.
Right?
Yeah,
Now we just gave people ideas.
because I don't think that, like, I'm trying to think if there's anybody that I've actually heard from who is in favor of it.
I remember there being big talks about it years ago, but I can't remember exactly who was saying it.
Yeah, because I know initially it was for farmers, but what I've heard to rebut that is that the farmers have just said, no, we just will get up earlier when we need to. Like we know that because it's for like the sun, more
But they have
I'm not a farmer,
bushes.
but you know, they need the sun to grow the plants. Okay. That's the technical. Okay.
We need the sun to be happy.
Yeah. But my point is, like, you know, the farmers are able to adjust. And it maybe even made more sense when most people were farmers. But that's not the case now. And again, anyways.
You know, I just realized there's a towel behind us.
Oh, yeah, over there. It's not usually there, actually.
Where did that come from?
Well,
Maybe it was for whoever got caught in the rain the other day.
Oh, maybe.
it's been pretty crummy weather these last
I've
few
had
days.
enough
Yes.
of the rain.
Yeah.
We're supposed to get that in April, not
It's supposed
May.
to be. It's supposed to be 20 degrees tomorrow in the city.
Oh, really? Finally.
Can you send some to Owen Sound, please?
Bring it with you.
Because I heard this
Please.
has been... Did I hear
Yeah,
that?
it's supposed to be 20, 21, 18, 19, 21.
Is your mic? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can barely hear you.
Okay, I'll say it again.
Oh, there you
20, 21, 18, 19, 21, 17.
Okay, so it's getting warmer. Oh, 7. Okay, fine. Is it true? Did I hear it was like it's been the coldest May in a
Yes.
long
Yeah.
time?
Yeah. Yeah. It was crazy how cold it got in Owen Sound because we're right between two big bodies of water. We've got Georgian Bay and Lake Huron.
Oh, let's see what the weather's like.
And
in
it's
Owen Sound.
freezing. And it gets really windy and it's just But it's weird. Owen Sound is a sound, right? It's like one big hill. So your west side could be sunny sunshine and blue skies and rainbows. And the other side could be like torrential downpour.
Wait,
It's crazy.
did you say?
Sunny sunshine, blue skies and rainbows.
Yeah. No, it was that part. But when you said Owen Sound,
Is a sound.
Is a sound?
Yeah. So it's
wait, what is a sound?
it's the base of a big hill.
Is that really what a sound is?
I think so.
Google it.
I don't know the exact terminology, but I can tell you that we have the west side, which is up on top of one hill, and then the east side, which is on top of the other hill. And to get to either side, you have to go down the big hill into the sound and then up to the other side.
Wow. I'm being educated right now.
Yeah.
Because I've always known Owen Sound, but I've always just thought, oh, that's just the name of the place.
No, it's
just-
actually a sound.
I didn't know a sound. The only thing I know of a sound is like,
Ding.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a sound is the base of a hill?
It's
Oh,
the
no.
base of a hill or where a body of water comes to meet. It's one of the two.
Google it.
Somebody Google it.
Wow.
Anna, Julie, Mom, Google.
We have it on our computer.
Oh, you want me to look it up right here?
Yeah. I'm like,
Okay.
Google it.
Although
You're going to Google it and it's going to be like, what is the sound?
All I know is that Owen Sound is the elephant's butthole.
That is
okay.
no comment.
Okay, so this one, sound is a form of energy that travels as okay. We know that type of sound. There's another type of thing though, right?
You should have put sound and land.
Yeah.
Okay, what is a sound in geography terms?
Geology.
I'm not sure. It might be. I wasn't sure which one. Okay. Okay, so according to the AI overview on Google, in geography, a sound is a smaller body of water, usually an inlet of the sea or ocean.
Okay.
Typically deeper than a bay or bight, spelled B-I-G-H-T, and wider than a fjord, or a narrow sea channel between two land masses. It can also refer to a lagoon between a barrier island and the mainland.
Okay, so the base of Georgian Bay is where Owen Sound is.
The base of Georgian
Yeah,
Bay.
so you have Georgian Bay that goes this way. You've got South Bruce to North Bruce Peninsula from Wyre to north to Tobermory. And then the other side down here, you have Owen Sound. This other side here, there's other small towns like Leith and other ones that I don't know. And a bunch of grassland on that side as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
learning something new.
Yeah, if you go on the east side of Owen Sound, you're more Collingwood way. And
Let's
that's
just
more
look
at
the maps.
Georgian Bay.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Georgian Bay is huge and very cold. Don't recommend swimming in it anywhere.
Unless you
Ever.
want to do like the
you are
Cold
unless you want to get
all
that cold
around
plunge,
water.
yeah.
I am all around water. It's Sauble Beach is about 20 minutes from my house. I've got Collingwood, which is about an hour. Yeah,
I don't
Tobermory,
see
which is
the
like an hour and a
elephant. Can you
half.
show me the elephant?
Turn your phone sideways.
Okay.
Oh, but then the thing turned.
Yeah, turn with me.
Put your screen lock on.
No.
Here.
Oh, so that's why they call it that? That's why they say that? Because it's like literally there's like an elephant-shaped thing,
Yeah.
and then Owen Sound is located.
And it's behind.
Yeah, so it doesn't tell me where I'm living.
Where is the
Turn.
elephant? Do you see the elephant?
Okay.
spot?
Trunk. Legs.
Okay, wait. Trunk.
Say that again.
Oh, wait. Is that a tail?
My brightness is really low. Trunk, which is Windsor, Detroit.
Oh, yeah. He's
Legs.
looking up. Yeah, Dumbo is looking up in the air.
Oh, it's
Tail.
looking- Okay, I see it.
Owen Sound.
Butthole.
Oh. Wow.
Okay.
There's your
I
lesson
get
of the
it.
day. Owen Sound is the elephant's butthole.
I love it. My husband says that every time he hears someone say Owen Sound. So it's like, that's all I know.
I didn't realize that that's actually like, I thought that was just like a mean thing people are saying.
No.
No, it's if you lay the map out properly, it really does look like it.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're learning lots
I'm learning
today.
so much. Well, it's interesting because like, I've been aware of the existence of Owen Sound my entire life.
Yeah.
And it never occurred to me. I think Canada has a lot of places like that where there's like, it's
Yeah.
a weird name.
Yep.
And you're just like, oh, that's just what it's called,
Yeah.
But I assume Owen Sound is a sound named after someone named Owen.
I have never heard the name Owen in the history of Owen Sound. I used to work for the city, so I kind of was educated a little bit there. I've never heard it mentioned. I have no idea where the Owen came from. No clue.
I mean, maybe we should Google that.
Oh no, not again.
I almost feel like we
Do it.
need to go all the way.
Why is Owen Sound named Owen Sound?
Yeah, history of
Owen Sound.
name Owen Sound.
Your
that-
stomach's making sounds.
It's because it's a large bay.
Your
The
stomach
basin.
is a large bit.
It's a basin of. The name Owen Sound was given to the area in 1815 by Captain William Fitzwilliam Owen.
William Fitzwilliam is a fantastic name.
Right?
That is unreal.
So Fitzwilliam is his middle name.
William Fitzwilliam Owen.
Well, there you
William
go. Now we
Fitzwilliam
know.
Owen, who
I
was
love it.
surveying the region. He named it after his brother, Admiral Sir Edward William Campbell Rich Owen. Okay,
are
cool
really
it with
long.
the
There's
name.
a lot of Williams in there. There's a lot of Williams.
I'm surprised it's not William.
I thought
Sound.
Evelyn had a long name. Jeez.
But wait a minute.
Wait, what?
He has the last name Owen, and he named it after his brother.
Whose last name
So
is
he named it
also
after
Owen.
himself. That's like me saying I'm naming it after my sister Anna, and we have
Yeah.
the same last name.
There you
Yes.
go.
Anyways, okay, that's interesting. So it was named after
Interesting.
somebody named Owen. Apparently, Admiral Sir, so he's knighted. Good job.
Wow.
Edward William Campbell Rich Owen. Wow.
That's a lot.
Lots of Owens.
It was
a lot.
originally
Williams.
named Sydenham. Syden. Sydenham.
Yep.
I still like William Fitzwilliam.
Oh, after the Sydenham. Am I saying that right? Sydenham.
Sydenham.
Sydenham. The Sydenham River. In 1851, Sydenham was officially renamed Owen Sound.
Wow.
1851. Okay, so a little bit later. Look at
Yeah.
that. And I don't know my brother. Okay, I guess he's named after his brother because his brother was an admiral, and he was like, my brother's famous. He's like a big deal. He's like, oh, I get
Can't
it. So-
name it after the captain. It has to be the admiral.
yeah, well, because he was. Oh, yeah, he was a captain. Although I guess admiral's a higher rank. Fair enough.
Yeah. Cool.
It was a more popular brother. He wanted to name it after.
Nobody's gonna remember me if I name it after me, right?
Yes.
So if it was like something Brown, would you name it after you or your brother? Who's the more famous one?
I think I think just because I'm probably more famous right now. Would you agree?
No,
Really? No, I think so.
I'm not arguing. I agree with that.
I think he would agree at this
I feel
point.
like if Taylor was still in the city, maybe it'd be different, depending on what he was
Well,
doing.
I mean, it depends how we're defining. I'm just saying, like, in terms of like the number of like followers and people who are like
Taylor, are you in the chat?
my brother's not a content creator, so like he wouldn't have stuff.
I mean, if your brother continued with his YouTube channel,
yeah,
I feel like he could have done something with that,
I would 100% agree. Yeah,
but he didn't. So I guess you are the more popular Brown brother.
yeah. I think I'm more. I guess technically I'm more famous.
Yes.
Yeah. The numbers don't lie, people. Okay.
I'm curious. I want to see what your stats are. Da-da-da.
So there you go. We learned what a sound is, although you already knew.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. You know, that's another thing. It's like how, for example, I feel like these are like lost knowledge
Yeah.
things. Where, for example, like avenues,
Yeah, you have more followers.
avenue, road, drive. Those are all like in Toronto, for example, we have a whole bunch of street. You know, there's Avenue Road, which is
Yeah.
kind of a funny one. But then there's like
Very.
right. But there's street, and all of those actually have very specific meanings, right? Like I remember growing up, I always just assume it's like, oh, that's called a road, that's called a street, but they're actually like they're called that because there's like a certain characteristic of that
Yep.
particular road that
Really?
gives it that. And I think most people don't know what they are. I know I don't.
You want to know
don't.
something crazy about Owen Sound?
Yes.
Yes.
Owen Sound street names don't have names.
Are they
They're
numbered?
all numbers.
Oh.
They're all numbers.
They're like
so
New York.
The avenues go east to west, and the streets go north to south. So it's basically laid out like a big giant grid. So you have First Ave East, First Ave West, Second Ave East, Second Ave West, and it is so confusing for somebody who didn't grow up there.
I bet.
I know
about-
the east and west side because it's separated by the water, but the numbers, there's so many. And then you have like Fourth Ave A East, Fourth Ave B West.
But are they
like it's wild?
But they're in order though, yeah.
They are in order
it's like New York.
until
So
you
once
get
you
to
know
like
the
the
system-
A's and the B's. It's very weird.
Okay. But I imagine somebody who knows the system, it's probably
Yeah.
like you can always know like where something is by when
Oh,
they
absolutely.
say it.
Like my hometown of Chatham, every street name is an actual name.
Yes.
Like there's Kyle Drive, Richmond Road, or whatever. I know my way around there like the back of my hand because I grew up there.
Yes.
Owen Sound, on the other hand, GPS is my best friend. Or I get Josh to drive, one of the two.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think naming them by numbers is easier for navigation. Like, I mean, Toronto, like, again, the same situation. I'm used to it. Like, I know Yonge runs north-south, and I know where, Davisville, Eglinton. I memorize these things. But obviously, if they were just all numbered in order, it'd be a lot easier to, like...
Yeah.
I only know the
Get on it
streets because of the subway line.
I mean, I think that's the
Okay,
case,
so
yeah.
King's coming up. Okay, then Queen, and then Dundas.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Toronto roads. The
It's
GPS
okay.
is my bestie here. I'm from the boonies.
You're not here often enough.
No, I'm
that's
really
why.
not. I'm here for pageants and talk shows.
The
go.
sit down.
So in Owen Sound, the streets run north-south, you said? Or east-west?
North-south.
And avenues are east-west?
East-west, yeah.
Now, is that what makes a street or an avenue?
I have no idea.
All right, we're
To
going to
be
look that
honest.
up. We're looking it up.
Back to Google.
Because I know that there are very specific, like it's not like they don't choose it arbitrarily.
Yeah.
Difference
There's like
between
an actual meaning behind them.
street and avenue. Okay,
I was
let's
just
see.
talking to my sister-in-law about this while we were in Florida too, and I can't remember what the reasoning is.
All right, so this one says, this is the AI overview, okay? In urban planning, a street typically refers to a public road with buildings on both sides, often connecting different neighborhoods or areas, while an avenue is generally a wider road, often with trees or a median strip running perpendicular to streets. Avenues are often considered more grand or important than streets.
That checks out for Owen Sound because our 10th Ave West East is our main road through town. And that's our main road connecting our highways. So yeah, that makes sense.
Ooh, I got my license this week.
Woo!
Oh yeah, you did. Congratulations.
I just remembered because you're like, do you
Yay!
drive this way? I'm like, hey, I just got my license.
Did you drive on
Yay.
avenues or roads or streets?
I
Or boulevards.
I
Or
drove. I drove in the direction the instructor told me. He said, "You go left at the light." Okay, I'm going left.
So how did
at
it go?
the light.
Did anything go wrong? Did you almost fail?
Oh my God!
Were you
Okay,
nervous?
so the first one, I did mine in Etobicoke. So you do parallel parking between two cones, and I had practiced.
They
and
use
I-
cones now. They made me do it in between cars.
Well, in this
Oh.
specific location. So I was like, okay, I got this. I know what I'm doing. Like, I've practiced parallels so many times. I forgot to put the car in reverse. So I was like, oh, like I had removed my foot off the brake and I noticed it. So I braked right away. And the guy's like, it's okay, just take a second and breathe. And I'm like, but because I was able to do it, no issue, he's like, okay, continue. It was like the
Nice.
first thing I had to do in the
I would have been
beginning
like-
of my test.
I would have been like, fail.
No,
I'm
sorry.
but,
I
no.
failed my first G2 test.
Me too.
Oh, no.
Yep.
I didn't.
I failed my first G2 test, but I also was trying to get my G2 after COVID. So I had to drive from Owen Sound. Actually, I still lived in Lion's Head at this moment. I had to drive from Lion's Head to Hamilton.
Ooh.
My first time driving in a big city. And the guy was really mean.
Oh.
I failed because I let a pedestrian cross when I had
The right away.
a green light. I had a green turning light and the pedestrian was crossing without
The flashing.
white walk
Got
guide.
it.
So he
on
was
it.
he was jaywalking.
He was jaywalking and I let him go because I didn't feel like committing
Murder.
vehicular
So, like,
homicide that day.
in Hamilton. You took it in Hamilton.
Yeah.
So in Hamilton, we run that guy down.
Yeah.
Done.
We
Next time I know.
I did. Mine was fairly quick, easy, because I did practice a few times
Yeah.
in that area. My
Which is
driving
good.
instructor was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, this is what you're going to do." So we did it. So last Monday, because it was a holiday, he picked me up. We went to Etobicoke, did the route a few times, and then because he realized that I'm better at driving when I know where I am and I'm less anxious.
Fair enough.
So then I was
Yeah.
like, okay, let's do it that way.
That's good.
But what happened was, so I did everything. Everything was good. He's like, congratulations, you've passed, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yay, really? I had a feeling I did, but I just
Yeah,
oh,
I took
really?
my second test in Walkerton, and the guy who I did the test with was so gentle is the word I would use. He almost put on like a dad mode.
Oh.
And if you guys don't mind, I just want to say something really quick about Walkerton. Yesterday, I believe it was, there was a tragic accident and 3 students and a teacher lost their lives on their way home from a sports tournament. Walkerton, I just want to let you know that the Owen Sound community is here for you. We have resources if you need them, and to the families, friends, and anybody who was known by those victims, I am so sorry for your loss and we are all grieving with you. Okay, thank you.
No.
It's very sad, but
Yeah.
Now I don't want to continue my story.
oh, I'm sorry.
But your sister says, I technically drove into a ditch and still passed by you too.
Which sister is it?
Anna.
I'm not surprised. She's a maniac driver sometimes.
So now on Anna's note, I can continue.
Yes, absolutely. What ditch?
She'll tell us
How come I've never heard the story?
because she didn't want anyone to know, but now she just told the whole internet.
Oh, she doesn't want anybody to know her flaws because I hit her car once.
Oh.
So it's all about me with flaws.
Oh no. So we did everything. He's like, congratulations, you passed, blah, blah, blah. Everything is on a tablet.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, go back into the building. We'll process everything. I walk in. The Bell internet outage happened as he had submit everything was good.
That's brutal.
So
So
what
I
happened?
had to go back the next day and I wouldn't leave there until I was like, are you sure it saved? Because I don't want to have to do this all over
no,
again.
that's so frustrating.
And they're like, no, like everything is good. Like he even
Wow.
walked out. The instructor walked and saw me. He's like, she passed. Don't give her a hard time. Not realizing what was going on and seeing like,
Yeah.
the chaos in the driving place, driving center.
Yep.
But yeah, I went in the next day and they're like, here you go. Here's your
Have a
license.
good day.
You did.
But now I'm scared that the Canada Post strike might be happening. And
yeah, that's going to be a little. Although I mean, it's fine because you have the temporary paper, right?
Yeah, and you can use
it's good
that
until August.
There you
So.
go.
If the Canada Post strike is happening, I guarantee you that they won't even be upset with it. Like
Yeah.
if it's past August.
Yep.
Yeah.
Allison, you hit a parked car?
I hit my sister's parked car in our driveway because somebody, I'm not going to mention names,
Do it. I'm just kidding.
stepmom, told me I had enough room and I did not have enough room and I hit my sister's parked car.
It's not your fault then.
No, it's not. Tell Anna that.
Did you dent it?
I left a little bit of a scratch. I'm 90% sure it's buffed out because I haven't seen it since.
Just give it a good.
But Anna holds it against me
That's fine.
every day.
I mean, I will say, if somebody is outside of the wait, were they in the vehicle with you or outside it?
They were in the vehicle with me.
Oh.
But they said you
I
have
had room. Yeah.
She said little.
Little scratch. It was a big scratch.
Yikes.
It was not pretty.
These things happen.
No.
I apologize. I said I would pay for it to get fixed, and she said no. So
Well then, that little scratch is now a little scratch. But yeah, I got my license finally.
yay!
Congratulations.
I think that like surprised my entire family. Thank you.
It's
I
good, and
went
you got-
driving with you.
Yeah, you drove well.
Thanks.
So and you got it on. So you got it on your first try. That's good.
Yeah.
Although I will say I failed my first try, but I don't. It was kind of a technicality that I don't really like. I
It was,
disagree.
Like not running over a pedestrian.
Like
What did you do?
Okay, so here's what happened. Okay, I failed coming out of the parking lot at the very beginning of the test. Okay, and here's why. Okay, so I took driving lessons. Did you? You took driving lessons, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever take driving lessons before your?
No, because I was learning during pandemic.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
My dad was my driving instructor,
that's
and
good.
that was fun.
That was a that was a memory.
but so my driving lesson, okay, they taught us when you go to when you go up to a stop sign, you do 2 stops.
Yes.
It's like you do the first stop, and then you kind of inch forward.
Yeah.
And then you kind of do a second stop where you're kind of
Make
checking,
Sure, yeah.
and then you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you do?
No, so
He did 5.
no. So it's like I did so I'm exiting the parking lot.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a stop sign. Okay. So I pull up to the parking stop sign, stop, and then I'm inching forward. And as I'm inching forward to do my second stop, like a car is coming.
Yeah.
But in the process of me doing my second stop,
The
Like-
guy slammed on the brake?
no, he just went stop. He said the word stop. And I was like,
That's aggressive.
Yeah.
yeah. And
That's
then,
very aggressive.
and what they say is like, if they have to tell you to do anything,
Then
then
you're
you're
in trouble.
right.
And you're done. Yeah.
But anyway, so I'd already stopped. So I was literally in the process of doing my second stop. And so then I did the whole test and everything else was fine. But then we get back, he's like, yeah, you failed. I'm like, why? He's like, well, coming out of the parking lot, like I don't know what you were doing. I was like, I was doing my second stop. Like he was like, oh, well, I didn't know what you were doing. There was a car coming. I was like, all right.
Okay. Bye. The drive test place in Owen Sound is super intimidating because you come out of your parking lot, you turn left, and then you hit a stop sign, and then you turn left onto Highway 6, which is immediately an 80.
Oh.
So imagine you're like this 17-year-old kid doing your G2 for the first time with no drive training on that kind of road. You have to like not floor it, but speed up to 80, and then there's streetlights right there.
Because it's just a turn. It's not. There's not like an entrance ramp. It's like you're just turning on. You're
just turning left or right onto the highway, and it's intense. And then to get into Owen Sound, where they do the actual drive testing part, it's 80 for like another 4 kilometers.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
ours was 60, and I'm like, this is the fastest I've ever driven.
I'm not going to tell you how fast I drove on the highway this morning.
I'm like, oh my god! Well, that's why we got here so fast. No, it was. They're like, hey, I've never done 60, but the guy's like, yeah, you need to just get it together. So I'm glad that I went and did it a few times just to get familiar with it.
Owen Sound area, all the highways are like max 80. And for the longest time, my comfort speed was 88. I don't know why. It was just 88. And now I can boogie.
It does feel weird the first time you go that fast, though. Like I remember the very first time my dad brought me on the highway, because like so it was after G2, but before full G test. Yeah. And he brought me to drive on the highway for the first time, right? And up to that point, like, the fastest street I've ever been on, I think, was like around here, like a 60-kilometer one, right? So I remember the very first time you get on the highway, and I was like, I've never pushed the gas this hard. And it was like, it wouldn't, I was like, he's like, you got to push harder. I'm like, push harder. I was like, yeah, I felt so weird getting it up to 100. Sure?
And the anxiety of everybody else just flying by you, too.
Yeah.
My first time driving on the 400 Highway Series, I was by myself on my way to a pageant. Yeah. And then I took the Don Valley Parkway. Oh. Yeah. It was scary. I was sitting there. I think I had my mom on the phone. I was like, I'm going to die. I'm going to die.
Yeah. I remember
I'm
when
gonna cry.
You went to Jenna's, you came to my house first, parked here, and Ubered there because you're like,
there was no way. Because I tried to go to Jenna's once before, and I couldn't find anywhere to park. I was like, no.
Well, that area is very...
And the construction down there, too, was not nice.
Well, she doesn't live here anymore, but it was at Young and Egg, so...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when I first started highway driving, the DVP was the one that made me the most nervous, because even though it's slower than the 401...
There's a lot of curves.
And it's thinner.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right? Like, it's the lanes themselves are smaller.
They're narrow.
Yeah. It always just felt like a more... like, now I'm just like... But
yeah, me too.
But when I first started...
My first time, terrifying.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrifying.
Because it's much more windy. Like the 401, it's basically just a straight line.
Yeah.
And it's wide, and like it can be intimidating when you're first starting with all the cars. But in terms of actually like driving, you can basically just get on and kind of just ride it, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the DVP, there's just more going on.
Yeah, a lot more.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty crazy things on that highway.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I feel better now knowing that you both failed your G2 first time.
I
No, I definitely did.
I don't think I should have, like, that guy. You know what I also wonder is, like, because I did it, like, where did I go to Guelph?
So far.
I think because at the time it was...
That was a place to go.
Well, it was like, I think it was easier to get the test. Like, I think it was something like the wait in Toronto was like however many weeks, and I could get one quickly there. But I think the other problem, though, is like a lot of people, there's this idea that, it's way easier if you could take it somewhere outside of the city. Yep. So I wonder if the guy was just like, this Toronto kid, and I was going to,
Actually, failed already.
Yeah.
Right? Well, because I was there really early because to avoid traffic. So I was just sitting there watching people go do their tests, come back, fail or pass, and I was just like watching people fail. I'm like, oh my god, I don't want that.
We talked about earlier about comparing before the show, comparing ourselves to others. Don't do that.
But when you see someone like so defeated after their test,
if you ask my mom, I don't know if she's still in the chat, but if you ask my mom, my reaction after, you're supposed to go in after you fail. I didn't. I got in my car and I cried from Hamilton to Chatham.
Aww.
That's a long drive.
That is a long drive.
And I was so defeated. And I wouldn't be able to sit there that long and just watch that people go through those emotions.
Oh, I did. And there was one person, I was like, I don't know if I'm like, that person's going to pass. Like, I was just like, everyone's going to pass. Like, I was like an Oprah moment. You're going to pass. You're going to pass. And
you get a license. You get a license.
Yeah. And then I see like this person in the car with the driving instructor afterwards. And I'm not going to lie, was sitting there looking at her going, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, wow, you really failed. Like, what the hell?
Oh, like the instructor was like saying all the
Like
things.
giving it to her, like, this is what you did wrong. And
That was what my Hamilton instructor was like. He was not nice.
so I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I don't want him as an instructor. I don't want him. Don't look at me. Don't look
I
at
think
me.
the
Don't
other
look at
reason
me.
why I was so defeated with mine is I got mine after the pandemic opened up. My driver's test had been canceled 17 times. So I had rebooked and rescheduled. I had drive tests booked between Barrie, Toronto, Owen Sound, Walkerton, Hamilton, Niagara. Like I had so many different tests booked, and every 2 weeks because we didn't know what was happening with the world.
Yeah.
Your drive test has been canceled. Please rebook. Your drive test has been canceled. Please rebook. And it was exhausting.
I see.
So I was very fortunate to get it in Walkerton, which is like about 45 minutes from home.
That's good.
And then I passed with flying colors because there were no pedestrians trying to die that day.
There you go.
Oh, Hamilton.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Big congrats.
Thank you.
Now you can drive me around.
That's right.
Okay. I drove you once.
You did. You did.
He's like, once I started driving lessons, Scott goes, do you want to drive? I'm like, no. And
That's
then one
the
day I
thing
was
about
like,
it, though,
okay.
is you have to just do it. Because for so long I was like, no, I'm not going to drive. No, I'm not going to drive. I had friends who drove. My mom would drive me places. My dad would drive
I'm
me.
like, I live in the city. I don't need to
And
drive.
it was like, I got to the point where I lived in the middle of nowhere when I moved away from home. And I was like, I need a car.
Yeah.
I need to drive.
Yeah.
So it was just hop in the car and do it.
Just dive in. Dive in.
I did.
Yeah.
Shall we move to our final segment?
Yeah, let's do
Yay.
it because I just noticed the time.
Oh, yeah.
Time is flying.
It's been a good chat. It's been a
It
good
has.
conversation.
Yeah.
We have a final segment. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing this week's edition of the Barrel of Monkeys World Championship.
Oh, gosh.
So, are you familiar with this?
Not really. I can tell you right now that I used to throw that little container at my brother's head when I was a kid. But that's pretty much it.
So
that or we would chew on the little monkeys that are in there. So
Oh, let's not
we
chew
were
these
weirdos.
ones,
Okay,
please.
no chewing. Got it.
Okay, well maybe your familiarity, like you've encountered these items, maybe that will play in your favor somehow. There'll be
Hopefully.
some kind of. Well, this is the classic game, Barrel of Monkeys.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a challenge that we do on every episode of the show, and we'll do a little demo so you know how it
Sure.
works.
Yeah.
So it starts. We'll place the monkeys, the barrel, into the play area.
Yeah.
I will put 1 minute on the timer.
Oh, God.
We'll say 3, 2, 1, go. You pick up the barrel. You pour out monkeys. You discard the barrel. You pick up
Don't
the
chew it.
single monkey.
Don't chew it.
Yeah. You use this monkey to pick up another monkey, and then you use the next monkey
To pick up the
another
other
one.
monkeys.
And what you're trying to do is make a long chain
Okay.
of monkeys. Regine's doing pretty good there.
Yeah.
As you
Wow.
can see. So then time will go out. Beep, 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 beep. We will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monkeys. The one in your hand
Doesn't count.
doesn't count towards your total.
Okay.
Any questions?
Do you have any questions?
No. Other than please don't laugh at me when I miserably fail this.
We've seen miserable.
How are you feeling before this? Do you have any thoughts? Are you nervous? Are you confident? Or what are we thinking here?
I'm a little nervous, but like I say to Regine through pageantry, we're going to give it our all and do our best.
Exactly.
right. All right, I'll place it in the middle here. Let me get the timer ready.
Do, do, do. Allison's family in the chat. Cheer her on. Woo, send us monkeys.
That's right. Okay, let me see. Timer.
You know what's funny is we're probably all sitting beside each other and watching this.
I love
Awesome.
that.
Okay, timer.
Hit like and subscribe while you're watching.
That's right. Hit that like button. Okay.
Okay, when
Ready.
the timer starts, I go.
Yes, that's right. We'll say 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. Let's push.
There you
See
go.
better. Okay.
Ready?
No.
No. You got this, Allie.
3, 2, 1, go.
It's a terrible dub.
It's okay.
This one?
She got it.
I don't got it, though. That's the problem.
You do
Look
this.
at
All
it.
right.
You
Okay.
got there.
Good start. Good start. 45 seconds remaining.
Where do I grab from now?
Anywhere.
So they are laying a little bit flat. Let's see if she can find a way in here.
She's got this. Believe in yourself, girl. Pick
Okay,
it
we
up.
lost a monkey. It's okay. We can
Got this.
recover. She's got it. Yeah. Looking for another opening. Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah. There you
Yep,
go.
that's a good
I see an
one.
elevated one there.
I do
Yeah.
too.
There it is. There you go.
I see a few more.
25 seconds remaining.
You got this.
There you go.
Allison.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pull up. Oh. You got it.
Yes. Oh,
I can hear Evelyn cheering for you, saying, "Go, mommy, go!"
there you go. Ooh, there you go.
Careful. How many seconds?
5 seconds. You know, this is turning into a pretty good run. Time.
All right. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 monkeys. We'll take a look right now.
You want to grab the microphone and bring it back?
Oh yeah, you can bring your mic back. And in the meantime, let's take a look at the monkey standings. So that text
There's so many.
that text is very small.
That is
Yeah,
very small.
I'll bring up one that we can read a little bit better. So with 6 monkeys, you are tied with Marky Hugh, Dana Beto, the Konkalma podcast, Jacqueline Sadler. There's a lot of 6s actually. Jarius Monzon, Catherine Tiong-sung, Amber Rinker, Cindy with an S, Deja, Timothy Ing, Nina Kiri, Garson Carroll, all really great
Lots
people.
of 6s.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
love
that's
it.
average.
So with 6, it sits you kind of right in the middle there, right in the middle.
Nice.
So let's add you here.
Liz got 11? What?
Yeah, Liz is pretty good at this game.
Yeah.
Not last
Wow.
time she was here, though.
Is that the correct spelling?
CHISHOLM? Yep.
The only
job.
So the thing you should know now, Allison, is the next time you come back,
I have to beat 6.
your score will never go less than 6. So let's say you do it and you get a
Yay.
3 or a 4 or even a 5, you will always be at
Nice.
6 unless
Yes.
you
That's
beat
so
6.
cool.
Yeah, so that means now it's like, yeah, if you can go higher, but you can never be lower. That's your high score.
Sweet.
So you're right in the middle. Yeah, our record is still held by Antoinette Targa, who got all of the monkeys
Which
with
is
3 seconds
crazy.
remaining. It was nuts.
That's crazy.
It was, and that was not that long ago. Like, so Michael Mazurkiewicz, he got them all with like less than a second left.
Wild.
But she
And
had 3 seconds.
She had 3. So that's why when you get to the
That's a
12th
big one.
monkey, we now look at how much time you have left because
Yeah.
that's how we have to measure it now.
Congrats to them. Jeez.
But yeah, Liz Marnock sitting right there at 11. Incredible. Bailey Jordan Neal, 11. Like, so, you know,
Love it.
It's,
Love to see it.
yeah. It's quite cutthroat up near there. Near the top there.
How do you feel now seeing how you did?
Good.
amongst
I
the
did
rest?
better than I thought I was going to do, to be honest. I
Great.
thought we were going to get like a 3.
Oh, you did well. You did well.
You did fantastic.
We'll get a better dump next time.
Look, we even got monkeys in the chat like I asked.
Heck
for.
yeah.
There you go. And that concludes this week's edition of the Barrel of Monkeys World Championship.
I think you'll do a lot better at CNM than you did with the monkey.
I hope so.
Just saying.
So this was a game you've never actually played the game before.
No, I think we had these when we were kids, but we would lose them or chew on them, which is absurd, or throw them at each other.
Yep.
That's
In fact,
what happens when you grow up in a house with 4 siblings, though. Like, there were 5 of us, and at one point, we were all under the age of 10.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
Rough.
why I said my mom is a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a powerhouse. Powerhouse mom.
Well, I think you did quite well
Thank you.
considering you know you hadn't played the game
Better
before.
next time. I'm going to be practicing every day now.
She's going to
Train.
bring it to CNM and just be like, in a
Hey, who
room.
wants to play?
Yes,
Well, you've done that. You've actually brought that to parties and stuff
I have. Yeah.
and done tournaments. Yeah.
It is quite a competitive game actually.
It
It
is.
can get pretty serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
So this was your first ever podcast.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
I
My
think-
first.
You did great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like talking. So
Yeah.
it works.
It's perfect. It's exactly what we need. It's exactly what we need. Before we say goodbye, why don't you let people know social media one more time, Instagram, all that business.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Allison C Pageantry, and you can also follow my literacy advocacy at the Love and Literacy. What is it called? The Love and Literacy Movement. Why am I forgetting my own advocacy?
Oh, this is awkward.
Yeah, it's because it's brand new. Don't yell at me.
Just kidding. Just
Don't yell at
kidding.
me.
Look,
The
she's-
Love and Literacy Project.
There
It's
you
because
go.
I had like 12 different names for it before I actually named it.
Fair enough.
Both of those are on Instagram. Don't have any public Facebook pages, but those are coming. soon.
Awesome.
All right, I'll add those down below
Yeah.
in the description. So if you're watching this after the fact, the links to the Love and Literacy program are down. Project are down below.
Program was one of the names I had, though.
Project. And don't forget, Canadian National Miss is just around the corner.
Yes.
Tickets are
right.
available. They are on sale.
Yep, June 8th.
Finals is on June 8th at the Maha.
Yep, Maha Prentice Theater, I believe it is.
Tickets are available. Make sure you check them out at Canadian National Miss
And
Pageant.
all three of us will be there.
We will.
I will be on stage.
And I will be photographing the stage.
Yay.
And it's not announced yet, but I will also be on stage as the official MC of Canadian National Miss.
Yay.
Oh, fantastic.
Once again.
So we'll see you all there.
But in the meantime,
Regine, where can people find you?
you all can find me on my Instagram and TikTok at It's Regine Alaina, which is right here. And as Allison mentioned, I do pageant coach. If you are looking for a pageant coach after Canadian National Miss, because I am fully booked, you can find me on Instagram at pageantcoaching.reginealaina. The link in my bio has my description, but please reach out
Best
after.
coach ever.
Thank you. After June 8th.
Boom.
Scott, and thank you, Allie, for that. Scott, where can people find you?
You can find me right here. We're watching this very video.
Right here.
YouTube.com/Scott Dion Brown. That's the best place. That's where I post all the fun stuff. It's where you can find my latest cover from a Minecraft movie. What was it called again?
Whenever I hear Minecraft, I'm just chicken jockey.
Yeah. Chicken Jockey. I did
All
a
I
cover
think
of, what's the name of the song? Oh, I Feel Alive. Yes. It's on my channel.
Wrong person.
It might have already passed it, but it's very close to 1,000 views. So if you can help me get there, check it out.
It's at
Links down below.
995.
Really?
Gonna play it on
There you
repeat
go.
on my drive home.
Boom.
3 hours, just nonstop.
That's what we need, people.
995.
And I need that from all of you watching. We got to get it up there. But thank
We'll
you,
add
everybody.
the link to the description.
I think it's already there. Hit the like button on that video, and if you haven't yet, also hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're
Yeah.
enjoying this episode. You can also find me on Instagram at Scott Dion Brown, on X at Scott Dion Brown, although I don't really post on there very much, but it's there.
And Threads, apparently.
Actually,
I can't forget about
I do
Threads.
have Threads, but I've only posted one thing on Threads. But I'm there, whatever. Follow the show. The Sit Down with SDB on TikTok. The Sit Down with SDB on Insta. Sit Down Scott on X. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Spotify. Find us on Apple Podcasts.
We are everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
And find us all at Canadian National Miss. Tickets are available.
Heck
That's
yeah.
right. That's right. Thank you for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me. It's about time.
It is.
I'm so happy.
It only took us 316 episodes.
Only.
That's all.
Only.
All it took. But we won't wait that long for the next time.
Hopefully not.
Yep.
There you go.
I'll be back next week and the week after and the week after and the week after. No, just kidding.
We still need to get. No, just kidding. We don't need a guest next week.
I'll bring the kids next time.
There you go.
Love
Have Evelyn chit chat the whole time.
There you go. She won't be the youngest guest we've ever had.
Denver will be though.
There you go.
Cute. I like it.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
Yep.
Hit like, hit subscribe. We'll see you all next
Time.
week.
Oh, the way we like to end the show. So you know how I started the show with like the mug coming out
Yeah.
of the camera? Yeah. So you can now end the show
With the
say
mug.
bye and send the mug towards the
You're going to
camera.
push it forward.
Exactly.
Back
push
to
it.
the bait.
Yes. So everybody, thank you for being here. Hit like, hit subscribe. We'll see you all next time. And Allison, say goodbye to the people. Take it away.
Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Scott and Regine, for having me. And we will see you
course.
next time.
Woo.